Hello one and all, Cosmic Carrie here. We're in the air of Beltane. Beltane was yesterday. Today's May the 2nd, 2025, but we have energies of Beltane in the run up to it, during the May Day celebrations and for a while afterwards. And I was drawn to share some of the messages and downloads that I was getting, that I was channeling, to share with you today. So before I do that, I would like to just cleanse the space. I did cleanse the air with a lovely spray that I had, and it was made of distilled water with herbs. And I can't remember the name of the herbs. They're called Nelken, but I can't remember the English name. So I will put it in the description box. So I've cleansed the air, but I'm now going to further cleanse with the tincture bells. So 2 loud pings, please be aware. Thank you, Spirit. That's fantastic. So, whenever I go to Glastonbury, and I go several times a year, but I'm drawn to go when I need information or when I need to cleanse my energy, cleanse my crystals, which I did. I took all my main crystals and cleansed them in the chalice well. There's always a reason I need to go. And often the reason that I need to go doesn't become clear until I get there, and sometimes not till afterwards, in dreams or downloads or in the subliminal space. But whenever I go to Glastonbury, it's a pilgrimage for me. It's not just going to Glastonbury, I'm on a pilgrimage for that day. So yesterday, Beltane, I was in two minds. Should I go to Glasgow and be with the energies and the celebrations and just with the holy waters, the healing waters? Or should I stay here and do my own ritual? In fact, I did a little bit of both in the end. So I drank of the morning dew of the grass, which is supposed to be very good for healing and for just connecting with nature and with the energies of Beltane Festival and the Wheel of the Year, for my own little garden space. Spent time amongst the bluebells at the bottom of the garden. And I was just present, grounding, bare feet and hands on the grass, connecting with Gaia. And so that was my own little ritual, and I recommend that you do your own rituals, find out what they are, do what you feel drawn to do, in whichever spaces you feel drawn to do those in. Be safe when you're doing that. And then I went to Glastonbury later. So I arrived in Glastonbury, actually drove around for about 20 minutes, couldn't find a parking space. In the end, ended up parking in Morrison's under a tree, which was nice and shady. So I did get a space. It was absolutely worth it because I had a really good time, an interesting time, and it always is. Glastonbury never fails me, and it never will fail me. So this Beltane Special is my gift to you from the downloads and the energies of Beltane 2025. So the messages I got were the main ones of venture out into the world. Don't stay in. Now it's spring. Feels like summer because the sun is out and it's so lovely. Don't hide your light under any bushels. Share your light with the world. Get out into the world, for that's where you will experience life. And this journey is about life and the experiences that we have. When we do that and get out into the world, we meet people unexpectedly, unexpected people. We might even find our tribe or meet people from our tribe if we know who our tribe is. Our tribe changes through life. It's never one set of people from beginning to end. People come in, people are released or go a different way, and they're only on our life path with us for a while. But we have a tribe, a place where we belong. And for me, Glastonbury is really important to ground. And so the other messages I got were that particularly this Beltane May Day this year for me is about ritual. That's important. And in that, it's very much about the voice. It's about chanting and also about drumming. And yeah, bringing truth to voice in words, lyrics, however you want to use your voice. So the ritual aspect I've talked about, that was really important. And I will talk a little bit about an item that I bought and somebody that I met that turned out to be a member of my tribe. But I didn't know until I met him, and I only met him yesterday. This is what I'm saying. Get out into places, meet people, and unexpected things will happen. Yeah. So the actual reading today will be from Mystical Shaman Oracle, because there was a lot of drumming yesterday in Glastonbury. Lots of people in a procession down the high street, banging drums and baron and anything they could get their hands on. Lovely, very primal sounds going on. Go marching to the beat of their drums. There's something about that, isn't there? Listen to the words. March to the beat of your own drum. So shamanic stuff is called, and we're going to clarify with 3 things. Firstly, Brian Froud, or Frood, the fairy oracle. There were a lot of people dressed as fairies yesterday, and as May Day maidens, goddesses, fairies, Gwynap Nud, and other fairies, druids. When we go to Glasgow, we see all of these things. It's beautiful to see that expression. I love it so much, and the energies are great. And then we'll clarify with the Radiant Wise Tarot again, which we've been using a lot at the moment. And then very finally, we will have a charm from the Bag of Charms. So we do have this beautiful light that's happening here, the light of life and the light of the reading. We also have the clear crystal quartz. Now, all my big main crystals were cleansed in the chalice well, which is the main well in Glastonbury. It's a beautiful healing well that's been there for millennia, I think even thousands of years, very long time. So it's a place that has drawn people to it for its healing properties for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, possibly thousands of years. So the crystals are cleansed. And I do recommend that you cleanse your crystals regularly, either by going to sacred, holy healing waters, wherever they might be near you, or by placing them out in the moonlight, particularly at full moon, where they will be cleansed. And I encourage you to make up your own rituals, see what you feel drawn to do, and do it. So I'm going to, without further ado, talk to you about this beautiful wand that I bought yesterday. This wand is a wishing wand, and I bought it for an amazing man who is a member of my tribe, but I didn't discover that till I met him yesterday, and his name is Green. Yep, his name is like the colour, Green, Green. So my friend Green is a person who is a street trader in Glastonbury, and he sells these lovely wands. This was a smaller one, but he has a whole range of wands. And I wanted something to point with when I do tea leaf readings, coffee grounds readings, but also when I do anything where I'm pointing to stuff. So if I'm scrying with crystals, pointing things out, or scrying with any other things, or even if I want to point to something on the card, this is what I was looking for. And so I was drawn to this one. And so the wood is rosewood, and it's beautifully turned on a lathe. Green did all this work himself. And it's got 3 crystals. It's got a beautiful pointy amethyst here, and I love this because the end is white. And that reminded me, I was drawn to it because it reminded me of my darling bee. You can't see it in the picture here, but she had paws that were white at the ends, and we always said it was like her paws were dipped in cream. And for me, white is divine. There was something divine about that animal. my darling bee. There's something divine about this. The energy when I hold it already feels really good. So we have amethyst at the top, and then we have a beautiful citrine here, which garnishes the amethyst just below. And at the very end, I'm not sure if I can get the light on it, it's green, but it's malachite. It's a tiny malachite bead. Hoping that you can kind of see it. I'm not going to tell you what all those crystals mean, because I'm going to encourage you to go and look them up. Amethyst as the pointer, citrine as the garnish, and at the bottom, the green malachite. I know there's a lot of, well, I won't go into that now, but I'll encourage you to go away and look at it, either in the Crystal Bible or just put it in any search engine, Google and other search engines available. So the energy of this, so I met this lovely street trader called Green, and it turns out we had have a very similar early childhood experience, one that I'm not going to talk about here. I've probably hinted at it in places, and I may talk about it in the channel, I'm not sure, at some point, but he and I share some very, very similar, very early childhood experiences that were adverse. And when people have been through something similar to yourself, particularly something traumatic and in early childhood, you do feel akin to those people. You know that they've understood your trauma to some degree and you theirs. There is a connection, and we hit it off. We stood and chatted in the street for quite a while. So I bought this from Green, and it's a wishing wand, and the point of it, for me, it's about pointing. I'm going to use it, but it's also a wishing wand. So it's about, I mean, Green recommends on his card of information, and I'll put his information in the description box. Member of Wishing the World Better Club is what it says. I don't know if he's got a website or channel. I'll have a look. You can Google it. But they suggest that you spend time feeling the energy, getting the energy of this wand, and that the first wish you make is for somebody else, not for yourself, for another, for an other. That's important. So do that, and then make wishes for yourself. My own intention with this wishing wand is to make wishes for myself, but also for others, and probably, hopefully, in equal measure. That feels balanced to me. So this wand was with me when I did the midday meditation at Chalice-Well, Glastonbury, where there are archdruids, and there's a lovely American, I think she's a druid, she certainly names herself as a goddess, Anwen or Arwen, I'm not sure, but she read some things, and we did group meditations, just a whole bunch of strangers, people there with a common energy, a common connection, wanting to feel good energy and peace in that place. And that's very powerful, and I felt privileged to be a part of that meditation. This was with me all the time. And then later in the afternoon, evening, when I got back, I did a meditation and was still, and I had this beautiful wishing wand just resting on my chest like this when I did my meditation. So I'm even feeling a buzz from the energy of this wand, and as I do that the light changes. It's also the sun. So I'm very excited about this. Brilliant. So without further ado, please may we have some guidance. Spirit, Mother Nature, Gaia, energies, the ancestors, the guides and the wise ones of May Day, of Beltane, of this Beltane time. Please give us your message for Two for Joy Oracle Collective and further. What message would you like to give them today? Let us start with the shaman, mystical shaman. Please may we have a message for the collective, the cosmic collective, my cosmic ones, on this May the 2nd, 2025. What's the main message? Venturing out into the world, meeting people, finding your tribe, thinking about ritual, including chant and drumming. Really, really important. Please may we have Something from Shaman, Mystical Shaman. It's funny, they've gone a bit quiet. This is the third or fourth video I've tried to do today. It's been so noisy. I've had my phone going off, which it did just now again. I've had flies and bees coming in, so I've had to close the door. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you, Spirit. And I even had a lovely neighbour using a very loud power tool, so I had to regroup. And that's okay. Now is the right time. The right time is now. We have 12. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 is always forward movement. The Holy Trinity, beginning, middle, end. Maiden, Mother, Crone. That feels very pertinent at this Beltane Special, this Beltane Wheel of the Year time. The coyote, I don't know how to say it. Here we go. Look at that. This is funny. This is giving me vibes of the fox. My spirit animal, my main animal is fox. Looking for the book. Does she? She's found it. What I'm getting from this card intuitively is the bright eyes, the sharp vision. This card shouts to me, see you. It's encouraging you to see you, truly see you in all your colours, in all your glory, with all your facets. What a great part of humanity you are. See you, value you. That's the message jumping off. I'm also feeling that the circle at the bottom is giving me full moon vibes. We're crescent moon at the moment, aren't we? And we've got a full moon in my own sign coming up, Scorpio, in a couple of weeks or whenever it is. The coyote. Let me read you Colette's message. And so we said it's 12. Let's have a look. Bear with me when I find this. I'm going to read you the main message that Colette gives us. The coyote is the symbol of the sacred trickster, the one who provides detours for growth and understanding, by ensuring that things don't go as planned. That is so true for yesterday at the beginning. I'll explain more. The coyote brings the energy of divine deception to set you free from the shackles of that which doesn't serve you. Sometimes it appears you will get everything you want, only to find the coyote brings you the opposite of what you hoped for. The lessons offered by coyote may at first appear confusing, but they are most sacred and always for your highest good. Okay, so this is talking about something not going to plan. That totally resonates with me trying to get a parking space yesterday in Glastonbury, because I went later than I had anticipated going. I had anticipated going very early so that I could jump the fire, but it was at like 7 and it meant I would have had to get up at 5. I just couldn't do it. I was actually awake at 5, but I couldn't do it. So I thought, no, be practical. Be practical, girl. Go with what you can do. Could I find a parking space? No, even though I'd asked for one. I drove round for about 20 minutes. I had some driver being rude to me, abusing me verbally, but I didn't let it worry me as I went through trying to find a space. In the end, I ended up parking in a superstore car park under a lovely tree, and it worked out. So I had a plan. It didn't quite work, but I got there in the end. And it wasn't too late to experience what I experienced in the day anyway. So you go with the flow and you let it go. Trickster. Okay, so Colette is saying might be trickster energy. We think something is on its way, or we think something is one way, and it turns out it might not be. So I think this is saying expect the unexpected, perhaps, is what I'm getting from that. Expect the unexpected. Be prepared. Yeah. Or don't have too many expectations, or set all expectations aside going into something, whether it's a project, a relationship, an experience. Okay? Lovely. Thank you, Spirit. Let us have further clarification from Brian Frood. Now, I won't make the mistake that I made earlier I did a short video, drew a card. All the decks have been pre-shuffled, by the way. And then I collapsed the video screen to read Brian's description, and I lost the video. I didn't realise that when you do that, the video stops. So it was a shame because that was a great video too. I met Brian Froud a couple of years back in Devon, where he lives. He lives on the edge of Dartmoor, Exmoor? I think it's Dartmoor. Not sure. In Chagford, Chagford, Chagford. At a fairy, an evening of fairies and magic in the church there in Chagford. And he was talking about his artistry and his love of fairies, and it was really magical. So it's me, my husband and my dog, Bee. And we had a fair old time with a fae. It was very magical. Spirit, may we have a fae, may we have a fairy from Brian to accompany the coyote card. And it's interesting, the trickster relates to fairies, doesn't it? Relates to the fae. They can be tricky. We kind of don't want to necessarily call the fae in. They don't want their world to mix with our world, necessarily. Sometimes they show themselves to us without us asking, and then we can feel blessed if that's the case. And I've certainly had a couple of experiences that are inexplicable, and I feel blessed to have had those in relation to the green land. And isn't it funny, the person I met is called Green. Gosh, so this reading's having a very strong fairy feeling about it. And of course I'm wearing green today. And we've got the green malachite at the end of the wand. Yes. Brian, what are you saying, please, to add to the coyote trickster energy? The fae, trickster, things not quite as they are. No need to be worried, but just be gently vigilant about it. Don't have too many expectations or expect the unexpected. Oh, I love that, because it all feels a little bit magical. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Very nice. 37, 3, 7. 3 and 7 is 10. And I'm not going to collapse the screen to read what he says. I'm going to go with my intuitive reading. I'm going to show it to you briefly and then come back and talk to you about it. 3 and 7, 37. And it says, Tobeira of the waters. Ah, just going to cover over that lady at the top who's revealing self. I don't have a problem with it, but I know YouTube does, so bear with. Tobeira of the waters. So here we have a lady in the waters of renewal. It feels a little bit like the souls in the chalice well yesterday, and I think the fae were present. I think they're particularly present at things like the Wheel of the Year, Beltane and Bog, Samhain. I love that. And what's she doing there? She's cleansing. She looks like she wants to drink of the waters, and I certainly did. I bought a couple of bottles back of water from the chalice well, and also from the white well, which is next door, just outside the chalice well. Healing waters, which I take and drink, and I'm going to give some to a friend of mine who's in a sad place at the moment and needs help to help her heal. And so there was a lot of healing and healing waters, cleansing of the crystals. But I think I'm also getting from this card how precious the waters seem. She looks upon those waters as though they are so precious, a precious part that she will partake of and drink to become part of her life and her life essence and her life energy and her life blood, if you like. Partaking of holy waters, cleansing waters. Ooh, I like that. So how might this reflect? 3 and 7 is 10, end of cycles. So if there's a sort of a trickster energy, perhaps we're coming to the end of it, or it's moving to the end of it. You're going to see more or know more. Partake of healing energies. Get yourself to the waters. I'm a water sign, Scorpio. What is that? Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, the water signs. Get yourself to the waters. The waters have healing properties, particularly healing waters. And we're very lucky in Somerset. We have many places of healing waters. There's Bath, of course. Bath has lots of healing waters there. People came to take the waters for hundreds of years there, probably longer than hundreds. Well, I know it's a Roman place, isn't it? The Romans were there. And the tribes were there before the Romans. And in Glastonbury, the same. I don't know about Romans. I have to ask the other half, who's an archaeologist. He'll be able to tell me. But I know that those healing waters have been there a very, very long time. A long time. They have been healing people. Lovely. So if there's trickster energy, I think it's coming to an end. You don't need to panic. Don't worry. Partake of healing waters. But use ritual, use chant, use drumming as well. If you want to bring yourself away from trickster energy, but don't panic. Oh, that's a funny energy. Okay. They're quite slippery, these cards, because they're not laminated, but they're quite new. So I'm just going to shuffle again. I have shuffled. So this is the Radiant Wise Tarot. Spirit, can we have another clarification? Trickster energy that might be coming to an end. It's a gentle trickster energy. I want to say when it's the Fae, or this energy that's trickster is not deeply harmful. It's not going to harm you. It's just things are not as they seem. And that's always the message behind the world of Fae, fairy. Okay. Okay. So that one has turned over. Oh, yeah. So I'll just explain what's happened. So what has come up is 5, the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is about, look at what they're doing. There's a bit of a battle going on, isn't there? A bit of a tussle, a bit of a disagreement between these, I think they're all chaps, these 5 chaps, these 5 figures. Something going on there, isn't it? Ructions are afoot. But it was a trickstery energy of that tarot deck as I was just shuffling. It was not straightforward. And what peeped its head out, and I won't show it on screen, was the devil. The devil did peep itself out. It didn't flip out, but it showed itself to me. So the devil energy might be linking to the trickster energy. Devil energy is about something that's not serving us that we're still doing. It's about feeling we're bound to something when we're not actually bound to something. We can actually release ourselves. Perhaps it's that we're bound to conflict, or we're in a conflict in some involuntary capacity, or we're in a conflict and we simply don't need to be in a conflict. We can take our beautiful wand that's growing and sprouting. Look, all of their wands are growing. It's like they're not barren, they're growing, stuff's happening. So we can take our wand and just jog away, walk away, refuse to take part in that conflict. 5 of Wands, they say here, limitation, simulation, or strenuous competition, fight for conquest. Put down the wands. Who needs to fight? I don't. We don't. Energy is telling us we don't need to. At the top of the deck there, yeah, the Ace of Swords, clear thought. And at the bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. So that's kind of forward movement at the beginning. But what I'm feeling less the Page of Swords, I'm feeling more the Ace of Swords. But this is about thoughts anyway. So this is telling me that this 5 of Wands is in our mind, perhaps. Trickster energy. We're being tricked to think something is the way it is. Perhaps you feel it's more competitive or battle-y than it needs to be. It doesn't need to be like that. And we're being encouraged that this is a trickster energy. Move away from it. Take your beautiful sprouting wand and remove yourself from whatever this disagreement, squabble, contest or competition is. That's what we're being involved in. And when you do that, partake of the energies of healing. Seek the water. Drink of the waters of renewal and of healing. however, whatever that means to you, whatever that means to you. Thank you, Spirit. Can we have a closing charm for this beautiful, beautiful Beltane Special? Okay, let's have a look. What do we have? What are we being given on this day for the Beltane reading, Spirit? I'm going to choose left hand, heart of the matter. Thank you. I don't know what it... Oh, lovely. Beautiful. What we've got is... I like this. It's the astronaut. We have the divine astronaut. Okay. The astronaut is the one who's in the universe. He's in space. This is encouraging you, us, the collective, to be in space. That might mean meditation. But I have another astronaut somewhere that's a different colour or isn't gilded. But this is like got patina, it's got its enamel, it's white. White being the colour of divine in this context. So that's saying to me also, like this, be in a calm space, be in a meditative space, partake of healing waters. Perhaps we need to go into our mind, meditate, be zen, be still. That will help to remove us from this possibly self-imposed or trickster energy that makes us think we need to keep fighting, struggling on, because we don't. We can either put down our wand or take our lovely sprouting wand and just go in the opposite direction. I love this. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. As ever, it's timeless for the individual, for the collective. Whenever you find it is the right time for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest for another time or another person. Please like, share and subscribe to this lovely sacred space of Two for Joy Oracle. It's your space. I've so enjoyed being here with you today. Today is, Friday, May the 2nd. I might do something at the weekend. I might, in fact, I think I'm going to put up a short. It's a very short. 2 shorts. I might put up 2 shorts. Well, I'm going to try and put up the short video of my friend Green, the maker of this lovely wishing wand. And I'm going to put up another short of a clip of the chalice well as it's running, as it's releasing its beautiful healing waters from the hills and the rocks. As I look at the clock, 5:55. Thank you, Spirit. That will be a short. So look out in the short section. There will be more happening at the weekend. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one. If it isn't in the short, because they're already recorded, then it'll be next week in a video. Take care. Bye for now.